I didn't tell anybody. It showed up.
Call the August 17th meeting of the Angola Investment Fund to order. Roll call. Andy Aldred. Mark Codd.
Here.
Maria Davis.
Here.
Isaac Lee.
Here.
Jerry McDermott. Here. Sandy Sanborn.
Here.
Kyle Wainwright. Okay. We do have a quorum. Confirmation of a quorum has been given. Have a motion for the approval. Have you all checked out the minutes, I guess I should say, of the July meeting? And if there are any questions with it, if not, I'd entertain a motion for approval of the meeting.
He had the date on here as April 27th.
Yes.
So I'll request a correction of that, but just FYI.
That would be July.
I'll approve the minutes as presented. I'll make a motion to approve them.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Very good. We have the confirmation of the quorum. Is there anything on the proposed agenda that anyone sees that would need to be approved? Be modified before we approve? Very good. We will move forward then. Old business. Any old business before the board?
I mentioned just a little bit ago, Isaac had sent some of the advertising materials that Jackson had done from his office. Did everybody review? Did you send that to everybody? Now that I'm thinking, I should have printed it off.
I believe so. If not, we can do it again if you haven't seen it.
I could go print some off even if they didn't.
The strategy behind it was to share with the board electronically, just to make sure that we had what we wanted. And then when we got the thumbs up, being that it's within the AIF, I would work with Retha to get them officially printed. We can print some, but it's probably better to outsource them to a printer who's got the right equipment to do it. So we can print some for the board. The best bet is actually just sending them to the AIF website or our website through the SDC or SEDC. But yes, we were kind of waiting for that direction.
And our new website at the city is supposed to go live. I think Mark was meeting with them today, so hopefully at the end of this week. And then we wanted to have an AIF page off of that mimicked yours or linked to you so that we had all the same information in one place if we were sending somebody to one direction there.
Fantastic.
And that would be ideal from a timing standpoint. We're looking at putting a small snippet as an article in our newsletter about AIF. If you recall, last month I talked a little bit about it. We missed August's deadline. We just had a lot already put in the newsletter. So September's newsletter, when it goes out, we'll have a section. And I can link the city's website if it's open to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be nice if whenever we can get those printed, we could have each of us have some hard copies as we run into people through our meanderings around the community.
Yeah. No, it would be nice to, exactly, to be able to hand out or just direct them to the website. Have a central place that they can get all the same information and
yes,
which is there now, but just updated and new.
Yep.
Yeah.
that would be fantastic.
And I think if that's all approved, and I don't know, did we need to review and approve some of that? Because then we can also put it in the packets for the business retention meetings, and as long as everybody was kind of on the same page of what that looked like. And
yeah, I don't think we have to reinvent the wheel. I think we're set with it as is, because I know a lot of time's been put into it.
okay.
So Retha, I'll just work with you, see if we can get a small batch printed, see how they look.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Any other old business? New business. Are there any new applications for review? I know last meeting Isaac mentioned this is the slow time of year for such things. And
Yeah, I don't have any, but we do have scheduled, coming up over the next 6 to 8 weeks, several BRE visits, some of which will be in the city of Angola. And we'll make sure that we include the BRE stuff there. A lot of our updates that go out to industrial members too within the city, mention this as services, and folks are now trying to look at end of year purchases. So it's a good time to have that front and center of them.
yeah, we're be anxious to help them.
I do have one point
Yes.
of potential new business that will be possibly be coming up. So with the new legislation, and Mark is aware of this from redevelopment, but our LIT fund, which is our local income tax fund, will be dwindling and may not get replenished, which is where we do our downtown facade grants from. And so I had taken to the mayor a while back the idea of facade grants coming out of our TIF fund, because the downtown is in our TIF fund. So if LIT was to go away, I did not want to lose the facade grant program in our downtown for historic buildings, because it gets utilized and it's so needed, and these buildings are hard to put money into. So I brought up to our redevelopment commission at the last meeting, hey, what do you guys think about being the funding source for those downtown facade grants to roll out a program in 2028? So not for this next year, but to really put a good program together to roll that out to fund those facade grants, and everybody was on board. The other side of that is, in looking at some other communities, some of them do interior grants / loans. Our redevelopment attorney thinks that they might be loans. What I'm reading is they look like grants as well. But our redevelopment commission also agreed that, hey, that is a need, and that's what redevelopment should be, is if we can help people inside these historic buildings do things, their plumbing or shoring up floors that are old, or walls, or just issues, different things that come up in some of these historic buildings. So they have tasked me with looking into what that looks like, and how to just looking at what other communities have done. And what I'm learning is that some of them use their EDCs as their fiscal agent, maybe, or it runs through their EDC. Some use their main streets, different things. We have an HPC commission, so I don't think that we need to do that. But I do not know if we decide that we want to do interior grants, interior funding somehow for the interior of the buildings. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. So I don't know if the AIF board can be an agent, or we might just kind of mimic some of our loan, I don't know exactly. I don't know how you will come into play, but it's very possible that there might be an ask of this board in the future as we come up with a rollout plan. But the redevelopment commission, as well as us at the city and our downtown, agree that our historic buildings are very important. And if you don't have your downtown, and if you're not investing in your downtown, it's not good for your whole community. And so we're just kind of looking at some ways to make that happen. And I wanted to make you aware of it, not because there's an ask of you at all right now, but it's just something that over these next few months I'm going to really dig into. And talking again to our attorney, he's not really sure what the interior funding could look like for us out of that redevelopment. So we're kind of digging in on what that looks like, but I will keep you apprised if there's an ask of this board. And it could be reviewing application. I mean, who knows what it could be, but.
In my mind, I'm thinking the small term loan that we have could be available, but I'm not so sure about any grants.
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
but that's just me thinking out
Yeah.
loud.
And we would do, I think, Mark, do you remember, we talked about, so right now we cap our facade grants at, I think, 75,000 annually. And the grants are up to 10,000, 50% match right now. So if they spend 20, they could get a $10,000 check from us. We cap it at 75. So we would be capping our facade and interior as well. Isn't that what we decided?
I think we talked about 75 and then somebody said 150, so I
Yeah,
don't think we decided what the cap was gonna be.
yeah. No, we didn't. And I think that the scoring system and what that looks like, there's different communities, Highland and the town of Highland, and what was the other one we looked at? Now I can't remember. It was in front of me. Newcastle. Anyway, just some other ones on how do they do it and what does that look like? And, you know, us as a board, I don't know, again, if there's an ask of AIF, but there may be if my attorney, my redevelopment attorney thinks that we need to do something a little different with that. So
Okay,
I'll keep you posted. Some of them, like we have a historic district in our downtown commercial district, but I think it's the town of Highland. They do any commercial building that's, did it say 35 years? It only has to be 35 years old, and they use that as like the historic
wow.
framework, which I thought was, it's only 35 years old, but so again, I don't
It's
know.
ancient anymore, you know.
35 years old. Yeah. So just kind of a heads up, if something comes back up, I'll bring it to your attention. But
Okay,
right now, there's no ask, just a heads up.
thank you, Rita.
You're welcome.
Is there any other business? Any reports, Rita, anything new?
I don't think so. We did get, this is not, has not been made public yet totally, but we did get our DORA approval finally from the state at the end of last week, so we're waiting on our permit. So we do not actually have the permit yet, but we have ordered signage and we're moving forward on that, so.
It's gonna be ready to hand out as soon as you get the A-OK, huh?
We'll see, yeah, we got everything else ready. We have to get signage put up for entering and exiting a DORA district, but that's it.
I saw that up in Fremont. I thought, oh, my, so I
Yeah,
got an idea what you're talking about.
yeah. I have a lot of business owners downtown sending me signs from their travels.
Oh, really?
Like wherever they travel, any DORA sign they see, they send it to us. And, yeah.
Very cool. Anything else from the board for our public meeting? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the public session. Any second? Second. We have that. All in favor of adjournment? Aye. And then, since we're all aye, there's no opposed. Our next meeting will be here somewhere. There it is, October 19th, 2026. October 19th.